Welcome into another episode of Profits Picks. We have two games on the slate today. As always, we'll go through the games in order that they go off. We'll give a side and we'll give a total for each one. And after that, we'll look at some player props. So, first game we'll start with the Denver Nuggets facing the Los Angeles Clippers. And it makes me sick every time I say Los Angeles Clippers. Opening Clips -8. Currently seeing 8.5 out there. Total opening 217, and we're seeing it down a point to 216. And I can understand the move on this total. I mean, it's went under 5 in a row. So, and I will say, it's not say all be all, but Gary Harris makes a big difference defensively for Denver. And for the Clippers, so does Patrick Beverly. They got both of those guys back about 5 games ago. And if I'm looking at the total, the Clippers have shown that they can play defense, that they can lock up when they care, when they feel like it. It's just a matter of if they feel like it. Now being up 3-1, we're not sure if we get that same intensity. Denver, they've been playing better defensively, but they cannot stop the Clippers from scoring. And the Clippers shot 40% last game. I don't think they shoot that bad, but at the same time, I think Denver is a tired basketball team. I think the Michael Porter Jr. comments maybe disrupted some of that chemistry going over there, and I think the Nuggets may struggle to score again here. I can understand an argument for the over, but I think this one goes under. I like the Clippers to bring it defensively again and just get it over with. Looking at the side, I mean, you kind of see where I'm going here. I say for the Clippers to get it over with. I think they come out from the start. I know Denver's back is against the wall, but I think the Clippers come out early here, first quarter, first half. And if I had to play the full game, I'll be playing the Clippers. I mean, they've shown they're the better team. They've shown they can turn on when they want. I would think that they care to finish this game out here. They've now shown that they can pick on Michael Porter Jr. on defense. They can pick on Jokic defense. Denver, I mean, it's been no secret. They've been a poor pick and roll defensive team all year, even going back to the previous year. So, I mean, the Clippers are just kind of exposing that. And I have to look at the Clippers here. It's no way that I can. I mean, if you like Denver, my opinion would be the best way to play it would be live because even going back to last year, Denver was not a team that starts off early. I mean, they started off a little early here, but I just don't trust it. I trust the Clips to get it out to an early lead in this one. I like player props the most in this game. I like Jokic. I mean, if you like Denver at all, if Denver's going to make any noise in this game, if they're going to be in this game at all, Jokic has to do some damage, right? I like him not necessarily his points, although his points could be a good look too. But I like his rebounds. Rebounds sitting at 10.5. He's got 11 or more the past few games. He had 18 one game. I don't think that's too much to ask here. I think if Nuggets if Nuggets have a chance, he has to dominate. So that's probably my favorite prop in this one. And other than him, I think Murray struggles. He's been struggling. I think it continues. He's probably the most tired one. He's the reason that Denver's in this series in the first place. His point total is sitting at 23.5. I think that one is an under. Clippers best. I'll say the best perimeter defending team in the NBA, or at least that's what they're considered to be. And they've shown that they can shut down Murray, or at least slow him down. So that's the way that I would look there. I wanted to look at maybe Morris 3 pointers, but they have taken them down now, so I'm not getting a chance to go at those. The last one I will look at will be Kawhi, and it could be a nice bet to bet him at double double at some plus money. But I mean, we've seen it a few times already. If they double team him, he can play make and find the right guy. He can break down the defender, get in the lane, find the open man. Kawhi, 5.5 assists. I think that's very doable right there. He's had 6, he's had 8, he's had 9. I think he can definitely get 6 here again in this game. So those are the ways that I would look here. And we'll go to the next game, Boston Celtics versus the Toronto Raptors. Opening Celtics minus 2.5. Currently seeing minus 3 out there. Total opening 203.5, and we're seeing 204. And this total, I kind of felt a couple of ways about. When I initially looked at it, I'm just like, man, it's so low. These teams can reach that. It took overtime to get there last game, but they've been hovering around that 204 point scored mark, and I was thinking it's very doable. I think about it a little bit more, and I say, well, a lot of these players played close to 50 minutes in that double overtime game. Is that going to affect their defense? Is that going to affect their offense? I think it affects both. I think we see a lot of misses tonight, and regardless if the defense is good or not, I think the offense struggles just a little bit. And I look up some more stats. I see game sevens for the team that's coming off of a win, and that would be the Raptors here in this game. The under is 7-1. The average total was 208.2. Went under by about 22.81 points per game. I have to think it's game seven. They usually let them play a little bit tougher. It's probably going to be a chippy game, and if teams are missing a lot of shots, I mean, we could see another low scoring game. We've already seen 7 of the last 8 for Boston, 5 of the last 6 for Toronto. I think we could see another under. The more I think about it, I think if you like the over, you probably take it earlier, because in that second half, it's more likely to be a one possession game and much more defense, in my opinion, than in the first half. So lean first half over, but probably more so like the full game under. And if we're going to look at the side, we're kind of flip flopping again here, but first half, Boston has come out every game and done well in that first half. I don't think it stops here today, especially coming off of the loss. I think they come out focused and bring it in the first half. Looking at the last 3 games in the first half, the point margin is plus 10.3. They have a better point margin on the season in the first half than the Raptors. I'd like them to be up by, I think it's minus 1.5, to be up by 2 points or more after that second quarter. And Toronto, they've been turning it on in the third quarter. They've owned the third quarter. I think we could see that same scenario here and see it be a tight game again after that third quarter. So I would look for Toronto. I mean, the points keep going up. The higher they get, the more attractive it is. And when it gets to 3.5 or 4, it has to be a jump on Toronto, because I think it's going to be a close game down to the wire. And when I'm looking at props for this game here, I didn't mention that same scenario. Playoffs, game sevens, coming off of a win. 8-0 against the spread. Average line was 2.9, covering by 4.25 points per game. And if I'm looking at props here, first one that jumps off the page is, we've been rolling with it already. Siakam under 19 points. Boston has shown they know how to defend him. He's not the best shooter. I don't think he necessarily gets it going here in this game. I would lean on under his point total. OG Anunoby, we've seen them play with some of the smaller lineups, and if he's at the center or forward position, he can rack up those rebounds. We saw him get, I think he had 11. The game wasn't even over one of the previous games. So 6.5, that's not really a tall ask. 7, I think that's still okay. OG over 7 rebounds. And last but not least, hopefully he gets some minutes still if they do not decide to go small, but I think he will. I think he's one of the better players, or one of the players that I trust the most on the team. And that will be Serge Ibaka. He's been pretty consistent from the three-point line. Asking him to hit 2 3-pointers is not a lot. It's just a matter of him being on the floor to match up. And I do think he gets his fair share of run. So we'll go on that one over his 1.5. And I'll do a quick review of the action that we've talked about. We're looking at the Clippers, whether it's early, first quarter, first half, or full game. I would lean more towards the first half and the full game. And on the total, it's a much lower total than we've seen with these two teams, but I can still see it going under. So under the last five, that's what we're rocking with. We have Jokic rebounds over 10.5, Murray points under 22.5, Kawhi assist over 5.5. And in the next game, we have Boston first half, but Toronto full game. And we like this game to go under for the full game. If you like the over, you like your first half, in my opinion. For player props, we have Siakam under the 19 points, OG Anunoby over 6.5 rebounds, and Ibaka over 1.5 3-pointers. Thank you for rocking with me on another episode of Profits Picks. Best of luck if you tell. Good luck on all of your action. It's the end of the week, so we'll be back on Monday. And I don't think we'll have new series starting before Monday, so we should be able to break down the next two series by then. I don't think they're going to compete with the football, so we should be good. I'll catch you guys then. Let's make some cash.